Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Manoj Networker. So today I'll talk about basic campus LAN architecture, which is having multiple switches and the VLANs. So I hope after this session you will have the idea about what is a VLAN, what is a LAN, what is an SVIs, and what are the servers, etc. So this is the topology I have for you today to explain. So let me first explain the topology. So I have my core switch that is running VLAN 10, 20, 30 and 40. So this is the heart of my LAN infrastructure, and this core switch is connected to three building switches, namely building B1, B2 and B3. So in the respective buildings I have one access switch, so this is called as an access switches, and this is going to be a core switch. And to your each building switches, so you have respective VLAN 10 and VLAN 30 that is coming from building 1. So you have only VLAN 20 traffic, so VLAN 20 is nothing but finance, so only their traffic is coming from building 2. And from building 3 we have VLAN 10 for HR and VLAN 3 for marketing. So end of the day, no matter which VLAN they are in, so they all go and access this server sitting that is connected to the core switch. So this HR computer should access the attendance server, this finance computers should access the attendance servers, and this marketing computer should access the attendance servers. So this is the topology for you. So let's go and configure starting from core switch. So you can follow the same topology. So let's first create the topology as per the design, and now second step, create the VLANs 10, 20, 30 and 40 and the associate SVIs. So please see the diagram and also see the commands, you will get it. So I'm just starting from scratch. So enable, so config D, so host name, let's change the host name to core switch, or even we can type core switch also, so anything is fine. So let's create three VLANs. So VLAN 10, so this is for HR, and VLAN 20, this is for finance, and VLAN 30 you can use the up arrows also just to make your work easier, and the name is going to be marketing. And we have VLAN 40 that is connected to the server, so I'll just name that as a server VLAN. Very good. So I have created 4 VLANs as part of the second step, and make sure all the ports are configured as a trunk. So this core switch is having 3 interfaces that are going to the respective buildings, so that interfaces you need to configure them as a trunks. So GI 1/0/2, 1/0/3 and 1/0/4. So just go there. So interface GI 1/0/2 switch port mode trunk. I hope many of you know about why we need to configure the interfaces as a trunks, because only trunks has the power to make the multiple VLAN traffic. So if you have multiple VLAN traffics in your buildings, so you need to make the configurations as a trunks, then only the configurations will work. So same thing, switch port GA0/4 switch port mode trunk. Very good. And then we need to create the SVIs. So 4 SVIs we need. So SVIs are nothing but they will act as a gateway for the VLAN 10, 20 and 30 traffic. So how to create the SVI? So let's create like this: interface VLAN 10 no shutdown. This is needed so that this command will ensure that my VLAN 10 will not go down at any given point of time. And now no shut, yes, it's okay. And IP address, so IP address you can see in the topology. So I have already defined the IP, so 192.168.1.100. So 192.168.1.100. so it's a matter of any IPv4 address, so you can choose any class A, class B, class C IP, so it will work. So let's create the VLAN 20. I'm just using the up arrows so that my work is going to be easier. So it is going to be 2.100, and you need to issue no shut, yes. And the same way we need to create a VLAN 30 traffic SVI, so no shut. Very good. And you have the IP address 3.100. So followed by we need to create VLAN 40, and no shed, and it is going to be 4.100. So 4.100 and with no shed, you need to issue no shed. So this looks good, and finally we need to issue an IP routing command, so to ensure that this switch is also acting as a router. So let's see the configurations. So let's cross verify. So to do that, you can issue show run. Okay, we can see host name as a core switch. Yes, it is doing IP routing, very good. So okay, fast ethernet 1/1, we need to make that interface as a VLAN 40 traffic, because that interface is going and talking to the server. So we need to make GI 0/1 interface as in, okay, let's configure. So interface GI 1/0/1 switch port mode access, and switch port access VLAN 40. Very good. So let's cross verify. So just issue show run. Okay, we have the core switch. We have the first interface is on 40, and you can see spanning tree is converging. That's absolutely fine. So switch port mode access with access VLAN 40, and we have three buildings: switch port trunk, mode trunk, and mode trunk. If you would like to add, you can add the description of the interfaces also. So this is going to the building 1, this is going to the building 2, and this is going to the building 3. So we can even add the descriptions also. And yes, that's okay. Interface VLAN 1, that is in shutdown. So VLAN 10 we have, 20 we have, 30 we have, and VLAN 40 we have. And please note, you can see the associated IP addresses for each of the SVIs, and MAC address by default the switch will add. I didn't add it, but if you see, MAC addresses are unique, so all the MAC addresses are different. So you can just minimize this one, and if you put your mouse here, so then also you can see. So first ethernet 1/0/1 is in VLAN 40, that's fine. And we have three interfaces, VLAN 10, 20, 30 and 40. They are up and working, and you can see 2, 3 and 4 gigabit 1/0/2, 1/0/3 and 1/0/4. They are also up, and they are going to the multiple buildings. And now server, you need to assign the IP, static IP. So let's go to the server. So this is how we need to assign the IP services, desktop IP configuration. So statically I am assigning. So you can see the server IP is 192.168.4.1 with 255.255. So 192.168 4.100 is going to be the SVI that is created here. So for this server, the SVI is going to be 4.100. And yes, since this is an attendance server, we need to enable some HTTPS configuration. If you see, in real time for the attendance server, so whenever this HR computer or marketing team computer is asking, so this server should respond. So that's why we need to have this HTTPS, and HTTP should be on. So let's edit some information here. So we can remove this. So this is an attendance server for Cisco internal employees. So I'll show you the use cases why I have typed this command. So here you can type anything, so just don't change the font. So the keep as it is, but whatever the comment you would like to type, you can type here, and you can close with HR this thing, and just click on save. Yes, just save it, and that's fine. So just for confirmation, let's go to this this server, and let's try to ping 4.100 and see if that is working or not. Services desktop command prompt. Yes, 4.100 is working absolutely, so no problem. And now I have configured here. So you can see, make all the ports as a trunk and configure the server. So all the configurations are done on the my core switch. And now coming back to the building switches, access switches. So here create the VLANs as per the design, and create the management interfaces for VLAN traffic. So just for segregation, I have divided in such a way that building 1 is handling only VLAN 10 and VLAN 30 traffic. Building 2 is handling only VLAN 20 traffic. building 3 is handling again VLAN 10 and VLAN 30 traffic. So actually there is a concept called VTP, so we also can use VTP, but for now I am skipping the VTP. So let's configure the VLAN configurations normally. So enable config T. So you need two VLANs interface, sorry, VLAN 10 config T VLAN 10 unit. So and you can even name it as an HR if you would like to. So and VLAN 30 we need. So I'm sure many of you already know how to create the VLANs. So name is marketing, that's fine, and you need to associate the ports. So FA0/1 we need to move it in VLAN 10, FA0/2 we need to move it in VLAN 30, and don't forget the interface, whatever the interface that is going from building 1 to the core switch, this interface GI0/1 of this building 1, we need to make it as a trunk because we have multiple VLANs 10 and 30 in our case. So by default the switch port will come in access only, so we need to make this interface as a trunk. So how to do that? So interface GI0/1 switch port mode trunk, and switch port trunk allow the VLAN 10 and 30. This is very important. We need to tell on the trunk which VLANs to be allowed. So just for confirmation we can also type show interfaces trunk, and you can see the port. This is a GI0/1, that is the port that is going from my building 1 to my core switch, and the mode is on. You can see the trunking 802.1q, it's trunking on, and VLANs are allowed on the trunk 10 and 30. That's good. And you need to repeat the same steps for other switches also. And fast Ethernet 1 and fast Ethernet 2 we need to move it to 10 and 30. I have already done that. So you can see fast Ethernet 1 is on VLAN 10 and fast Ethernet 2 to be moved to VLAN 30. And yeah, going to the second building switch, the second building switch also same thing. So let's go to the building 2 switch. Sorry, 1 minute. Okay, let's go to the building 2 and go to CLI. So just enable config T. If you would like to change the host name, it's up to you, you can change it, but for now I am concentrating on the host names. I am just going to the GI0/1 switch port mode trunk, switch port trunk allow the VLAN number 20. Only one VLAN is there, so it's okay. And now FA0/1 and FA0/2 both you need to move it to 20. So let's use the range command. So interface range, since I need to migrate 2 ports, I'll use range FA0/1 to 2, FA0/1 to 2, switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 20. Excellent. So access VLAN does not exist, so automatically the switch will ensure that it will create the VLAN 20. So to see the VLAN configuration, you can click on show VLAN. I'm just making it big, so you can see VLAN 20 is created. Since I didn't named anything, so automatically switch named it to VLAN 0020 and FA0/1 and FA0/2, and again changing the name is quite simple. So VLAN 20, so name is, what is that, VLAN 20 finance. So just type it finance. Excellent. You can see now, if you go for show VLAN brief, show VLAN or show VLAN brief, both will give the same output, and now you can see 20 finance is created. So in the same way, we need to go to this building 3 switch, and you need to create VLAN 10 and 30 and just assign the interfaces and ensure this GI0/1 is forming the trunk. So this interfaces should be in trunk. So let me explain. So this GI0/1 should go and talk to this core switch through this GI0/1. So you need to make that interface as an you need to make that interface as a trunk. So I'm not configuring anything on B3, building B3, I'm leaving it to you. So please concentrate and configure on the B3. So let's concentrate on building B1 and B2. So you need to go to the PC0. So let's assign the IP address. So you can see here 192.168.1.1. So this is a HR computer. So you need to go here 192.168.1.1, and IP configuration is going to be 255.255, and here default gateway is going to be 192.168.1.100. So this is the SVI that is sitting. So let's see if this computer will ping to that. Yes, it's pinging. Let's try to ping 192.168.1.100. Yes, it's pinging. So now here let me go to the switch and let me show you show run so that you can see what's there in the switch. So host name is switch. Yeah, as I said, if you would like, you can change it. So spanning tree I'm not talking now. So yes, fast ethernet 1 is on VLAN 10 and fast ethernet 2 is on VLAN 30 as per our topology. That's good. And yes, if you see, this is the interface that is going to the my core switch. So that's why I have made this port as a trunk, and you can see 2 VLANs are allowed, 10 and 30. And even I have created one SVA here. This is optional. If you would like to create, you can create. So interface VLAN 1, VLAN 10, you can create, I provide any IP from that same VLAN 10 subnet, and you can also create VLAN 30. So this is an optional. So if you would like, you can configure. So as a final test, you can go to this computer, you can go to the web browser. So let's go to that browser and type HTTP, whatever the IP address of that particular server, in this case 192.168.4.1. If you just click on go, so if you see, you are getting this one. This is an attendance server for Cisco internal employees. That's why I have made the changes on this server. So if you remember, so we went to the server, went to services, and I have just typed it here. So whatever you will type, the end users will get the same information. That means you can see now this person sitting from building 1, the HR computer is going all the way and talking to the server. Same thing you can verify from marketing computer also. So you can go to marketing computer and just repeat the same process. You can go to the web browser. So now I am on other computer from marketing. So if you see, this person also from PC2, so he can access the attendance server. So no matter which VLAN they are coming from which building they are coming from, everybody can go and access this attendance server. So I hope you have understood what I'm trying to explain. So just to give a recap whatever we have done. So I have made one core switch. So in this core switch I have created three SVIs, VLAN 10, 20 and 30, followed by VLAN 40. So this server is sitting from VLAN 40 and it has the IP of 192.168.4.1/24. So here I have write some code like welcome to the welcome to the attendance server for Cisco employees. Something I have code I have written, so that the idea is when these computers are trying to access, so that information should display on these computers. And now I have configured these things and we have made the ports as a trunk. This is very important. So all these 1/0/1, 1/0/2, 1/0/3 and 4, so we have made it as a trunk. And here also building 1, this interface we need to make it as a trunk. So here also we need to make this interface as a trunk. So this also we need to make it as a trunk. So here I have here I have VLAN 20 for finance. So in this switch I need to create VLAN 20 and I need to put FA fast ethernet 1, fast ethernet 2 in VLAN 20. So here I have fast ethernet 1 should be from VLAN 10. So fast ethernet 2 should be from VLAN 30. So you need to ensure that you are providing the correct VLANs, then only the lab will work. And these are the ranges. As I said, 192.168.1.1 for VLAN 10. So for VLAN 30 I am using 192.168.3.0 and for VLAN 20 I am using 192.168.2.0. So end of the day, the traffic from this computer will go to this building switch, and from building 1, since it has a trunk configured, it will go to this core switch, and this core switch will divert the traffic to the attendance server. So ping and traceroute is very important. So ping will ensure that you have the reachability, and trace route will tell you on which path you are going and talking to that particular destination. So as a final step, so let's go to this HR computer. Since he has an axis, so let's go and ask the trace route. Just a minute. So let's go to the desktop command prompt. I think I have already done that, so let's see if we have that. Okay, yeah, if you see, I'm asking trace route towards the server. So it says first I am going and talking to the VLAN 10 SVA. So first, if you see, it is going and talking to this VLAN 10 SVA. So this is 1.100 is nothing but SVI of VLAN 10, and finally it is going to that server, and the ping is also successful, trace route is also successful. So trace route will help you which route that path is taking. So finally both ping and trace route is successful. So this is how the campus LAN will be. I hope you have got some idea about now how the things will work in real time. So if you have any questions, please feel free to comment on the section. I'll be happy to answer. Thank you.